The devil does not mind a poor church, because poor church means minimal outreach. Poor church means minimal outreach, minimal effort to reach the lost. Dunamis television has been running for over 15 years. There is nobody on Dunamis television that is paying to be on it. Kenneth Copeland is aired on it. Daddy Gio is aired on it. Papa Yedepo is aired on it. Bill Winston is aired on it. Everybody is aired on it. Millions per month is what we pay as subscription. Right? Not 5 million, not 10 million, not 20 million. Per month. Not per year. And then as a dollar, there are some you pay in dollar, right? And then as the exchange rate goes up, you need more nairas. Most are in dollars. Hallelujah. That is why the gospel is not. That's why the devil is running crazy. He is comfortable with a poor church. He is comfortable with poor church members. They won't trouble him as much. You can trouble him in prayers, but you can pray in poverty. And after you have finished praying, you don't go to the field to bring in the harvest you prayed about. 3 crusades in 1 week. Who does that? When last you heard that? Who does that? You took no offering and you are moving midnight prayer. Who does things like that?
Wow. So can we now say the devil is more concerned about money or Christ? So once your church has money, even if there's no Christ in that church, no problem. Or is he trying to say that once your church is poor, that's if you have no money, it means there's no Christ in that church? Let me ask, so how did you grow up to this level without Christ? How did you grow up to this level without Christ? Because the last time I checked, there was a time you had nothing. There was a time you were just trying to come up. There was a particular time I heard from one of your stories when you said for 13 months you lived in one room apartment with your wife and kids, and then you had an in-law or someone, I can't remember, that was not so comfortable with your level that time. He wasn't so into the ministry. You would go for a crusade, he would stand at the back and fold his arms, and then one day you said, would you want to travel? And then he traveled and never came back. You knew he wasn't comfortable. So there were days you had nothing. So how did you grow up to this point without Christ? Yeah, because no money, no Christ. I don't understand. No money, no Christ. Because if you had factored in the Christ in this whole thing, you would understand that Christ is more important than the money. But I understand the devil does not fear the Christ in the poor members. That is, you can see your sons. One of them recently said that if you are poor, it means that there's no Christ in you. It means there's sin inside you. He even said that Christ was crucified because the disciples had no money. It was money issue. Right before you, in your lifetime, these are the kind of sons that you are raising. Nobody says money is not important. Nobody. But for you to look at a whole church, Christ is even the church. So how can a believer with Christ in him be poor? I'd like to encourage Pastor Enenche, with due respect, with all humility, sir. Honestly, I think it is high time that you reviewed your messages and then see how you can project this gospel the right way, because there are a lot of people who are learning under you, who are listening to you, who are learning from you. Stop putting pressure on pastors who are just trying to start. This is pressure. So every pastor must own an aircraft. Every pastor must own a school. Every pastor must build a church above 50,000 capacity. Every pastor must come out there and show. Right now, if your church is not wealthy, the devil is not scared of you. He does not care. And then you've forgotten that one evangelism, one soul saved, there was one person that evangelized to you, and then you got saved, and that's why you are where you are right now. Who would have thought that just one soul that was saved will gather this? It is not about the multitude. It's not about 3 crusades in a week. How many souls were led to Christ? How many souls accepted Christ genuinely? And how many of them are you teaching about the gospel of Christ? What will become of them in the next few years? One person can just go out in the morning, and then maybe somebody in his bedroom will accept Christ through such preachings. And then such an individual can end up changing the entire world. It's not about crowd. And honestly, if we don't stop this kind of messages, one day we're going to wake up and they will find nobody by us. Because your disciples, the ones you are teaching and preaching to, they are growing. They are hearing these things. They are in the quest to learn new things. Please, let us project Christ. That's what matters. That's what matters. If you like, no get sense.